Okay,
Gotcha.
so this is the progress video number 3, and I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Katie.
So for the first progress, I did the quote screen upgrade, and the quote screen was from the last progress, but now it actually functions, and the quotes are added through the book entry, and they're automatically added onto the screen. And I used the list view, passing data between screens, and a list title UI. I spent an hour on it and I used ChatGPT to debug. And then I did the forgot password screen, which before it used to just be a button but didn't have an actual screen. But now the button works and it takes you to a different screen where you can input your email to reset your password. And I used Navigator Push, Scaffold Messenger, and text editing, and I spent an hour and a half on it. And I used ChatGPT for suggestions. And lastly, I did the Firebase database. The real-time database is a setup and it shows the data inputted into book entry, such as the title, the summary, the rating, and the quotes. And for the new tech, I used the Firebase real-time database, the HTTP package, JSON, async, and set state, and I spent 2.5 hours on it. And I used ChatGPT for instructions on Firebase.
Right. And I worked on the create account screen. So previously in the last progress video, the screen was there, but it didn't navigate correctly between the login screen and between the our main page, which is the our main screen, which is our Your Books page. So and it also didn't have consistent styling with the rest of the app, and just the code was really messy. So for this, I made it so that it has consistent styling with the rest of the app, the same colors and the font as well, and just the fields for the username, the email, and the password now all accept user input, and it also has a check that if a user doesn't fill in one or more of the fields, then it won't let the user continue. And now it navigates back to the login screen if you accidentally hit the create account screen instead of like forgot password, for example. You could just hit a button and go back to the login screen. Or if you successfully create your account, then you'll be taken to the Your Book or Your Book screen. And for that, it was getting familiar with new tech such as controllers, input decoration, and just performing that check and checking for all different scenarios of if it's one field that's empty or more of them that's empty. And I spent about 2 hours for that, but some of it was debugging and going a lot back and forth with my emulator, which now that I think about it, it might be more than 2 hours just for trying to get it all to work together. Um, and then lastly, for the profile screen, a bit more simple, but uh, in the settings portion of the profile screen, there is a logout button. And previously, that logout button didn't do anything. It was just there, but you could either cancel or log out once you click on it. But now the logout lets you log out and it navigates back to the login screen. And for that, it was becoming more familiar with the navigator push replacement and material page route, which was about an hour for going back and forth, even though it was a relatively simple addition to the code itself. But I use Claude AI for debugging and just helping out with that. And for the for create account screen, I was using ChatGPT for code suggestions and also debugging. So,
Okay. Now moving on to the code. Um, Let me reset it here. Okay. So for the first one, it was a forgot password, which this is the code for the new screen. And if you click on it on the app, it sends you here and where you type your email, and then it should send you a resend link, but that isn't fully functioning yet. But that screen is working. And then if you log in with your information, it would take you to your books, but right now we don't have any, so I'm gonna add a random thing on here. Say we added a book. Now it appears on here, and if you click on quotes, the quote would appear on here, and that's what was updated from the last quote screen. And then also, since we added the book in here, it would also appear in the real-time database, which is right here. And let me see if I can reload this. Yeah, it would appear right here, or let's see. Yeah, it would just update here with all of the information that you inputted into the book
I think you
section.
could just go back one
Let's see, I can't.
with the documents, like the big list of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for that. I can't get there.
Sometimes it at least for Firebase for us, it updates and inputs things where we don't really expect it to.
Yeah.
Um, like before, I think in a previous test case that we were trying it, it appeared at the bottom of a big list of uh the new created books.
Yeah.
So can you hit those like three like dots, the ellipsis, maybe?
Which one? This one?
There's a like ellipsis, yeah.
Didn't do anything.
I don't know if that just takes you back to the first part with all the created books.
Um, no, that's weird.
Mm.
There we go. Here are all the books that we have test run on here just to make sure it would update on the database.
And then it might be this one.
Yeah, it's
This
down.
one at the bottom is that I think that new one. I don't think I could
Let's see.
navigate back to the
Yeah, it's down.
yeah. ADFAV is
Mhm.
our make believe book for now.
Yeah, okay. That's it for me.
And so for my part of the code, we go down to profile screen. Oh, make it a smidgen bigger. So previously, profile screen, it did have the styling of the rest of the app, and we do have the dummy data for now for our profile or our user. No, but what needed to be added at the end here is the ability to, oh, I can scroll. Okay. So before the on press didn't have any function, it just would go back to just context. So now we have it some material page root. We go back to the login screen, and then it's still the same. The logout color is still red, and just cancel is still the same. It was mostly adding in this new statement. And then as well, look for the create account. And some of this was making it more consistent with the rest of the code and what we name our controllers. And then this was also this check right here, the if statement. Just gonna scroll through it a little bit. Just checking if the username and then the email and then the password controllers, if any of those are empty, then it will pop up a message to tell the user to please enter your username, email, and password. But as we go down, some of these I just had to add in login and I named it the same. That might not have been the best decision, but we'll keep working on it, keep developing. And so we had to change the create account button because before it didn't have any functionality. Oh, so now it has the coloring, the reading back to the login screen, which would be here. And then we also just have the create account, which will, for now, just take you right to the Your Books screen. So to show it here, here's our profile screen. Just had a bit of a color change for the picture for now. But if we go to log out, and are you sure you want to log out? Just log out, and we get taken back to here. But if we want to create a new account, we can press this button, and let's say I didn't want to actually create the account, we could just go right back. But if we did want to create the account and say we add in a couple things, but maybe we didn't click in the password, we just didn't type it in all the way, and get this message at the bottom. Please enter your username, email, and password. So we'll type in some very secure password, and then we're taken right back into the app. So that's it for me.
I just wanted to add that eventually the login information and like everything important is going to be under the Firebase authentication and not just the real-time database. And I
Mhm.
forgot to show the real-time database code. I think it's in book entry. Yeah. So it was added right here to make sure it went right into that database. Just for this file, at least for now, until we figure out how to do the actual authentication. And I think that's it for me.
Oh, and just to add, we are going to add in the search function, which is going to use an API for books, just so we don't have to have a bunch of dummy data for what books that we could use. We could just use that for searching and also for filtering out results based on what the user likes, like genres. And then also for the profile for upcoming, we're going to be able to add a profile picture and just be able to edit your profile, select your favorite genre through like a drop down or a new screen, and select how many notifications if you want all or limited, and then also dark mode or light mode, or just matching the system of your phone, just what you have set for your theme. So that's it for this one, I think.
Yeah, with
If you
that.
have anything else to add,
No, that's it.
okay. Well, I think I can. Okay. Did it end the recording?
No. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I got
Because I
it.
went to like look at the